Thanks for joining us for News 13 at 5. I'm Jordan Titus.
And I'm Annette Pegler. Well, News 13 is your local election headquarters, and happening tonight, WBTW and Nexstar Media Group are hosting a GOP debate for candidates running for South Carolina's U.S. Senate seat. And
4 of the 12 candidates will be there. Interim Senator Darlene Graham will not, because she says she's in Washington for Senate business. News 13 anchor Adriana Lawrence joins us live from our sister station in Mount Pleasant, where the debate setup is underway. Adriana.
Yeah, Jordan and Annette, it is crunch time as we are 2 hours away from the debate starting at 7 o'clock as a 1-hour debate and will air right here on News 13. Now, we expect Representative Ralph Norman and Russell Fry to be here, both staunch supporters of President Donald Trump, both representing parts of South Carolina in the House, Norman since 2017 and Fry since 2022. Norman says he's the only one that can take on the, quote, radical Democrats in the Senate. Fry thinks similarly, saying the old ways of the Senate are broken and South Carolina needs a fighter. Former South Carolina Governor and Congressman Mark Sanford will also be here, and a big part of his platform is what he's done during his time in office, like bringing costs down. Businessman Mark Lynch also expected to attend, and he's talked a lot about cutting national debt. Now, Interim Senator Darlene Graham will not be here. She says she's in Washington, D.C. to take care of some Senate business. Coming up at 6, I'll have another live preview on what to expect as we get closer to the debate at 7 o'clock. For now, reporting live in Mount Pleasant, Adriana Lawrence, News 13.
And a reminder for viewers of Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy, both shows will air at their normal times on WBTW 13.2 tonight due to that debate.
On the other side of the ticket, South Carolina's top Democratic candidates will meet in the PD tonight. In less than an hour, candidates such as Congressman Jim Clyburn, Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate Dr. Annie Andrew, and South Carolina Governor candidate Dr. Jermaine Johnson will meet at the Family Life Center at Wesley Chapel Unite Methodist Church in Lake City. Free registration for voters will be offered on site. News 13's Eric Cooper is at the event and will have more details tonight on News 13 at 11.
And a heads up for you, early voting begins tomorrow for the special Senate election. All registered voters are able to vote early. You will be able to cast your ballot early each day from 8:30 in the morning until 5 in the evening. Voters who cast a ballot in the June Democratic primary are not eligible to vote in the special Republican primary election. And if you participated in the Republican primary or did not vote for either party in June, you can vote in the August 11th election. If needed, a runoff is set for August 25th. And for more information regarding the election, you can head to our website, WBTW.com.
The future of Whispering Pines Golf Course was back in the spotlight at this morning's Myrtle Beach City Council workshop. News 13's Libby Payne heard the update about the course.
City leaders are pleased with the transformation done to the Whispering Pines golf course right behind me and are excited to see what the future holds. With future projects in the works, Atlantic Golf Management owner Chip Smith is excited to potentially improve the practice facility, put an indoor simulator, and add a putting area. Smith says due to the improvements, the 18-hole course was up in revenue, with January revenue being up 54% more than the previous year. Since renovations began, officials say the course has seen huge improvements in playing conditions, more interest from the community, and positive feedback from golfers.
What we're most proud of is the comments we've gotten back from our guests that are playing there and visiting. So they played a number of golf courses up and down the Strand, and at the end of the day, they deemed us as the best one they had played condition-wise. So that's a long way from where we started 14 years ago.
At 6, leaders say changes could be coming to golf cart parking across the city. Reporting in Myrtle Beach, Libby Payne, News 13.
Well, first up on your Tuesday crime tracker, Robeson County deputies say a man is in custody as they continue to investigate a death that led to a barricade situation. Deputies charged 78-year-old Joseph Stokes with first-degree murder and discharging a firearm within an enclosure to incite fear. Deputies responded to that scene just after 5:15 this morning in the area of Highway 72 East, where they found Earl Carpenter dead. Stokes was booked into the Robeson County Detention Center.
The Scotland County Sheriff's Office says 5 inmates went to the hospital after a fight at the Scotland County Correctional Institution. Deputies say the incident stemmed from a large altercation inside the prison. During the fight, 5 inmates were stabbed or cut. All 5 inmates were taken to a local hospital for evaluation and treatment with non-life-threatening injuries. They were released back into custody after they were treated. The incident remains under investigation by the North Carolina Department of Adult Correction.
A man in Fayetteville left North Carolina to serve his country, and today his family watched him come home in a flag-draped casket. Staff Sergeant Michael Swinton was killed in Iraq last month, leaving behind a wife and 2 young children. Justin Moore shares how the community came together to honor him and support his family.
A heartbroken homecoming for Staff Sergeant Michael Swinton. His remains arrived in Fayetteville to a traditional water cannon salute.
He is a native of Fayetteville, North Carolina. So we intend to bring him home, just like the honest soldier that he is.
Swinton was killed in Iraq on July 19th while handling a downed Iranian attack drone. Today, his heartbroken wife embracing his flag-draped casket while their 4-year-old daughter watched. Irene Roberts knows the weight of the military service all too well. She's a retired veteran and a neighbor of the Swinton family.
This one has a 4-year-old that watched them transfer him from combat to Dover Air Force Base, and all she could say is, "My daddy in that box." And that's what I've been thinking about today.
Roberts, along with dozens of other veterans known as the Patriot Guard Riders, lined up to honor Swinton's sacrifice and his family.
It hurt my heart. It was very, very sad for something that should not have happened, and the family, especially with the very young children. So it really touched my heart. So I had to be here for that.
Veteran Rhonda Bright says this is a reminder of the sacrifice behind the uniform.
Just thinking about all of the veterans, everything that they've done, everything that they've given, and again, they don't get what is owed to them.
Swinton was just 30 years old, a proud Fayetteville native, a husband and father of 2. Today, his community brought him home.
And I'm always here for you, not just today, but the day after, the day after, the day after. When the church is closed and the people go home, I'm right there.
And that was Justin Moore reporting.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And traffic not too bad right now on 501 between CCU and Carolina Forest. Just an occasional slowdown here or there. No problems right now on 544. Drive times along the Grand Strand on 501 from Carolina Forest to CCU. That'll take 9 minutes. 17 in both directions along the Grand Strand. Moving a little bit slower than normal. Florence area right now looking okay. No problems in town. I-95 moving along nicely. Currently on 95 from TV Road to 76. That'll take 9 minutes. Palmetto from 5 Points to Irby Street will take 5 minutes. And 52 from Palmetto to I-95 will take 6 minutes.
Thanks, Frank. New at 5, teachers across Horry County and beyond are feeling the impact of the rise in school supply costs this year.
That's right. According to a back-to-school report from the Century Foundation and Groundwork Collaborative, the cost of back-to-school supplies is up 7.7% this year compared to last year. News 13's Gabby Jonas has more on how this is impacting teachers.
When it comes to the basics, pencils, markers, notebooks, these are just some of the essential classroom materials that the teachers have to pay for, something they say adds up and is taking a harder hit on their wallets this year. With Horry County schools starting on August 19th, many teachers made their way to the Teachers Touch school supply store. According to a Back to Schools report from the Century Foundation and Groundwork Collaborative, items like notebooks, index cards, and notebook paper have risen roughly 20% in price this year compared to last. But for second grade Lakewood Elementary teacher Jennifer May, she says the uptick in prices is worth it to make her classroom feel like a safe space.
We do buy a lot for our classrooms. The schools do provide some of the basic things, but a lot of times you see teachers out there that are trying to get the things that make your classroom more a home. And you know, it's a time that like we're spending 7.5, 8 hours there. The kids are there that long. You don't want it to just be blank walls, and so we just kind of feel pressure to make it, you know, more homey and not so, you know, not so dull.
A teacher visiting from West Virginia says she's shopping at Teachers Touch to save some money, but in the end, she says it's worth it for the kids.
We pay a lot of money out of pocket. My husband always likes to joke that 1/4 of my paycheck is going straight back into my classroom. And so when I come here, I can find all kinds of stuff and it's not overly priced. So I don't feel like I'm wasting tons of money and I get, you know, bang for my buck basically.
The Century Foundation and Groundwork Collaborative Back to School Items report found that lunch boxes saw the greatest increase of roughly 27% this year. Reporting in Horry County, Gabby Jonas, News 13.
And more wet weather across the area today. A lot of clouds as well. I'll have a look at when we're going to dry out a little bit coming up next.